since last 50 to 100 years, we have now got a significant change in our lifestyle.
These are recommendations for the people between 18 to 35 years old. This is on the Fit India website.
Usually my first prescription will always be a diet. Second will be an exercise prescription. I write what is, and then I'll prescribe the medicines. So right now I'm based in Kesha Hospital. So, hi.
Little frozen.
Okay. Am I audible or not? Okay. Now, previously, hundreds of years back, we used to have herbs for the treatment of diseases. We used to get some fever or something. We used to go on a diet and do fasting and take some herbs, Ayurvedic herbs. Since last 100, 200 years, we got antibiotics, tablets. So we started treating all the infectious diseases like tuberculosis or malaria or typhoid. But what has happened recently is, since last 50 to 100 years, we have now got a significant change in our lifestyle. All these lights, all these vehicles, all these machines, they were not there around 50 to 100 years ago. So a lifestyle change has happened. Maybe the revolution started in 1700 in England, but then since 50 to 100 years, we have got so much mechanization everywhere. We have now lost so many things we used to do around 100 years back. So we have got all these lifestyle diseases. These are lifestyle diseases. These are not diseases caused by some bacteria or virus. This is because how you are living since the last 50 years, you got diabetes. Okay, it's not a genetic disease. You got blood pressure, you got heart attack. Even cancer is a lifestyle disease. Okay, so it's not like you get cancer, but you have a lifestyle. Either you smoke or your lifestyle has not been proper. Arthritis, uric acid. So all these are lifestyle, even dementia. So all these are diseases related to the life you are living right now. So, and you're seeing we are moving towards more and more mechanization. So these diseases are going to become more and more common. So what is so unique about these diseases? So these are all long term. Once you get diabetes, you get diabetes. Okay, that is what we think. We take medicines. We have seen our brothers or parents or anyone else taking continuously medicines for treatment of diabetes or blood pressure. So they are not curable. They can only be controlled. And what is important is you get one disease, blood pressure, after some years you get diabetes. Okay, it's not you treat diabetes and you won't get blood pressure. You get uric acid, after some years you get blood pressure. You get diabetes, after some years you get heart disease. So you add on to diseases. You don't like diabetes, you cure and you won't suffer from hypertension. You won't suffer from blood pressure. It's not like that. So this is happening. They add on one after the other. And now we are seeing that starting in even 25 years old, we are getting diabetes. 15 years old, we are getting diabetes. And this is not genetic. This is all lifestyle diseases. So they consume a lot of your time, energy, and the incidence is increasing. So this you can see, a modern lifestyle, and there's some hormonal change. I won't go into details of physiology. There's some factor X in your body which has changed because of that lifestyle. Then you get all these diseases. So we all know what is the modern lifestyle. We know we have been walking lesser. We are lifting weights lesser. Okay, we used to lift weights. We used to walk. We used to cycle or we used to run. All this has stopped. There's a lot of pollutions. Noise pollution, light pollution. We don't know. We have not thought of light pollution. But you see constantly mobiles. Seeing mobiles at 11 o'clock in the night. 100 years back, there were no lights in the villages. No lights in the towns. Darkness used to start after 7 p.m. So no stimulation of lights also. You have light pollution, noise pollution, food pollution. All these three pollutions are there in the body. So you have loss of physical activity, you have pollutions everywhere, and of course your diet has changed. Okay, the most important change which has happened, which people may not realize, is the change in the wheat. Okay, the wheat was different which we eat now from what wheat was there 100 years back. Okay, in 1966 we had an epidemic. I don't know, many of you may know about it. We had import of wheat. So now we have dark wheat and mini dark wheat. So this wheat was not there before. So there's a lot of change has happened in the diet. A lot of change has happened in our activities. So these are the lifestyle changes which have happened, which are responsible for these diseases. So because we know these are not curable, okay, these are only controllable, our aim should be to prevent them. We should prevent or at least treat them as early as possible, detect them as early as possible, because cheaper and more easier and more sustainable. So this is the why I have started this Rokthaam. So why I went into Rokthaam? Because I was like this. Mahesh will be knowing me. Mahesh is my classmate. I used to be 110, 15 kilos, maybe around 12 years back. Then I had a problem myself and then I shifted my lifestyle. So I shifted to a new lifestyle, and then I thought it really makes a difference. My blood reports improved, my everything improved. So I think I should be offering this to my patients. So this is what has happened in my life. And so I've started this Rokham initiative, which is so I usually why I started, because I'm a gastroenterologist. I see fatty liver patients. Now, fatty liver is the starting point of all the lifestyle diseases. So I had an opportunity to hit at the starting point. So when I see fatty liver patients, I know this person is going to develop diabetes after 15 years or heart disease after 25 years. So at the age of 25, I can tell this patient that your fatty liver, after 10 years going to have diabetes. So this is the starting point. So because I was already at the starting point, so what I do is usually I take a proper physical history of the patient, physical examination, do some basic blood reports, and on the basis of the parameters I have formed, I can know this patient is going to develop, has a metabolic syndrome, which we call as syndrome X or the X factor, or a propensity to develop the lifestyle disorders. So, as you know, I'm already, so what I'll tell you about the pillars which I use. Now, we have 6 pillars for preventive medicine. We have diet, we have fasting. I won't cover in fasting because fasting is a different ball game. It's a very big topic altogether, but we can discuss that. Exercise, sleep, because I tell you, sleep has been disturbed. That is one of the lifestyle changes which has happened. Stress and meditation is also a lifestyle. So these are the 6 pillars. Ultimately, medicines are also there. So these are 6 pillars of preventive medicine. We used to have yoga. Okay, we used to do yoga, but unfortunately, our schools didn't teach them. Since the last 15 years only, the new government has launched this initiative of yoga, and so we have lost the exercises which we used to do. We used to have hot and cold foods. If you see our diet culture, we still know that our khawana garam che, our khawana thanda che. So we have something in our food which we have lost again. So we have some sciences which have been forgotten. Again, there is a problem with the preventive medicine. There is a problem here which you all will be knowing. So at this point, maybe I'll take a break and ask you what problems you face. Is we have a tongue. The actual tongue is the worst organ because it's a taste which guides you to eat something. Okay, it's the taste which guides you. It's not the brain or it's the tongue which guides you to eat something. We cannot control the food industry. Of course, actually, most of the population lives on the food industry. Just like smoking cannot be banned, we cannot ban restaurants. We cannot ban fast foods. And we know these are bad. We know fast foods are bad, but we cannot ban them. So we have to take measures to overcome them. So that is the mission problem. So I've already discussed all these things. So ultimately, it's your responsibility to take care of your own health. So I'll touch upon 3-4 things. Maybe I'll start with diet, or you want to start with exercise?
Exercise.
Okay. So what we'll start with, we'll take the some part of diet also, but we go afterwards. At this point, I want to ask you whether you have any queries. You heard this lifestyle basic now. You have any questions with you? You want to ask something? So we can then touch upon those topics. Exercise are one of the most important aspects of prevention of lifestyle diseases. We have usually 4 types of exercise. Exercise aerobics, endurance is simple walking or running or cycling or swimming or dancing or aerobics. Whatever you wish is known as aerobics. Strength training is what you do with the lifting of weights. Either you lift your body weight. Usually I will show you body weights based exercises, not the gym based. Gym everyone knows, but these exercises are based at home. Stability helps you in preventing falls. When you grow old beyond 60, 70, the commonest cause of death in your parents, if you see, will be after 80s, they fall down and they fracture their hip and then they are down. So 33% of the deaths are because of falls. So stability is very important, and flexibility is important because it prevents injuries. So your joint should be flexible, your body should be stable, your muscles should be strong, and the aerobics is basically for the heart. So we are covering the whole system of exercises. So people will say that I work whole day. The females at home will say, people in the office, we work home day. Why need to do exercise? Already work so much in the office. No, this is a study showing that if your occupation, the chances of it being exercise are only 20% or 30%. So your occupation is not an exercise. So don't consider your occupation or household activities an exercise. So don't take out that bhana or I am working whole day, I cannot exercise. And it is not exercise. Even household activity is not exercise. Only sports. So if you are involved in sports, recreational sports, or you specifically conditioning with exercise. So these are the only two forms which are really exercise. Rest are not exercises. Unless you are involved in lifting weights. Okay, if you are working in a construction company and you are lifting weights, that's a different issue. So how can you know how much fit you are? So these are parameters which have been developed by the government of India. Fit India movement is there. There's a Fit India website also. Anyone of can access. You can know your basic fitness levels. You can know how much flexibility you have by touching your toes. And then gradually you can measure how much distance you are away from your toes. We known as the V-reach test. And then you can gradually increase the distance. The muscle strength is by the Nokasana or the boat pose. Nokasana is the asana. And or getting up from a sitting position at the partial color. Endurance is the number of push-ups you can do. Normally, a person beyond 50 should be able to do beyond 50, 15 push-ups. 15 push-ups for a person beyond 50 years of age. As you are younger, you should be able to do more and more push-ups. 15. 15 push-ups you should be able to do. Body composition is known by BMI, but BMI is not proper. Okay, so BMI is I will tell you to know about your body composition is just to measure your waist circumference. Measure your waist circumference just below your ribs. And if your waist circumference below your ribs is more than half of your height. So suppose you are 5 feet 8 inches, you are 68 inches. Your waist circumference should be less than 34 inches. If you are beyond 34 inches, you are obese. Whatever be your weight. Okay, your aim should be to achieve a waist circumference of less than 50% of your height. This is the easiest way of knowing whether you are fat or not. 2-kilometer walk, you should be able to complete in 12 minutes to 30 minutes. And balance is able to stand on one leg. So these are the basic parameters. These are the basic fitness tests you can get at the baseline before starting any exercise. See where you stand. Each and every, like for flying test, you should be able to stand on one leg for 30 seconds. Okay, that is the minimum required. So if you are not able to, then you try to work on that. Okay, and try to maintain standing for 30 seconds on one leg. So what is important, because don't try exercise for weight loss. Okay, exercise is not good for weight loss. Don't think that you exercise and you will get weight loss. We are not interested in weight loss. What we are interested is muscles. Okay, why is the importance of muscles? Okay, the muscles are important because as you grow old, after the age of 30, you start losing muscles. So by the time you are age 50 or 60, you already lost your biceps. Okay, so 3 kilos of muscle you need by the age of 60 or 50. So you lose so much amount of muscle, we are going to age. Okay, you are going to age, you are going to lose muscle. The 30 years person, after 30 years, the body starts to lose muscle mass. 1% per year. Okay, so by the time you are 70, see how about 30%, 20% of muscle mass you have lost. So that is why Dr. Sujata, she wants to teach you all is strength exercise, muscles exercise. You all walk. Okay, walking is not a strength exercise. Walking is not responsible for development of muscles. Walking is for heart. Walking can strengthen your heart, and maybe walking 1 hour a day, you can help lose your weight. Okay, these are two advantages of any cycling or walking or running or swimming. Endurance exercises are basically good for weight loss and for strengthening of the heart. But the problem we face in India is muscle loss. Our protein intake in the diet is less. Plus, as we age, we are going to lose a lot of muscles. So your aim is to go lot of strength exercises. Which in your language is gym. Okay, you go to gym and start lifting weights. Okay, but everyone, it's not possible. So we have a lot of things which you can do at home also to improve your muscle mass. So important thing is then start walking. If you're normal weight, you should not be doing too much walking. Okay, if you're normal weight, don't walk in for 10,000 steps a day. If you're obese, it's okay. But if you're normal weight, don't walk. Do strength training. Try to improve the muscles, because if you lose muscles as you grow older, your muscles are the biggest absorption of sugar. Okay, muscles contains the biggest receptors or points to control the sugar. So that's why as you grow older, you have diabetes. Okay, there are so many other factors, but when you grow older, you have diabetes because you are losing muscles. And as you grow older, your diabetes gets worse and worse because you are losing muscles. Because if you don't have muscles, with what's there to absorb the sugar? Sugar can go either in the liver or in the muscles. Hardly any places where sugar else can go. So you have to do exercises to improve the muscle mass. It's not like walking won't take out the sugar. Walking will take out the sugar, but it won't build your muscles. So what will happen when you walk? Okay, you are okay. But after you stop walking, your sugar. So what you require is big muscles. So even if you stop walking, after 6 hours of walking, when sitting in the office, your muscles are able to suck out that sugar which is there in the blood. Okay, that is why muscle mass is very important. As I have discussed.
I think that.
Okay, I was not audible. It's okay. Okay. So as I mentioned that you lose 3 kg of muscles between 30 to 50 years of age, and what happens? This belly, this muscles is converted into more of fat around the body, and that's why we become this obesity. There are so many other things which you have to be knowing. And as the fat around the stomach increases, the muscle mass starts to decrease further. So these are some of the exercises which are there. Walking, strength and exercises, stability. We'll try to demonstrate if possible. So as I mentioned, if you want to prevent cancers and do weight loss, you should be doing walking and aerobics. So if someone in the house has cancer or no, so then if you have a family history, then aerobics are very important. But if the diabetes and cholesterol are main issues in your body, family, then strength training is more important. Flexibility I've already discussed. So these are the 3 types of aerobic exercises: strength training, HIIT, and sprint. So what is HIIT? No, HIIT is those who have shortage of time should always go for HIIT. HIIT is a combination of aerobics and anaerobics, both muscles as well as heart. So it's only 20-25 minutes are required. Just do a warm-up, run for 5 minutes or walk for 5 minutes. Then do your fastest walking or fastest running for 1 minute. Okay, fastest walking, whatever you are possible, the fastest, for only 1 minute. Take a break for 1 minute, then do it again. Then take a break so do 8 cycles. Okay, 8 minutes, 1 minute fast, 1 minute slow, 1 minute fast, 1 minute slow. Try to go for 8. So it will be 16 minutes only. 5 minutes warm up, 5 minutes end. 26 minutes. Your day is over. Okay, so HIIT is, but only thing is your body should be reasonably fit for HIIT. Okay, you should not be starting HIIT on day 1. You'll be doing exercises, walking for 3 months, having some muscles, then do HIIT. But those who have shortage of time, high intensity interval training HIIT is a short form. So for people who are not able to spend so much time, reasonably fit, HIIT is a very form. It's a combination of strength training and endurance training. Improving the physical activity will definitely help, but strength, what has happened is we have lost muscle mass and we are losing muscle mass. And if you really want to prevent diseases, then you have to improve your muscles. So sometimes beyond some time, this normal physical activity doesn't help. So you have to do something. Around 60 years back, we used to do exercise. We used to lift weights. We used to carry weights. We used to get up repeatedly from the switching off the TV and coming back. We didn't have remotes. Okay, we didn't have remotes. We used to cycle, or we used to walk, or we used to run. All this has gone away. Females used to carry loads. We used to carry loads. Okay, we used to get water from the well. We used to push water out of the ground. There are so many physical activities which we are not doing now. Okay, human body has been made for carrying things. We have to carry at least half of your body weight. You should have the strength to carry around half of your body weight. So you have 70 kilos, you should be able to carry 35 kgs. Okay, that is the human body strength. So if person is able to do those things, then that means he is fit. He will live a better life. Okay, that I don't mean that if you want to live a better life, you want to live a life free of medicines and control the diseases without medicines, then exercise. Otherwise, though, you can always take medicines. 3 medicines for diabetes, there is no harm. Or blood pressure, or cholesterol. So usually when I see patients of 70 years, they are on 6 medicines. 2 for diabetes, 2-3 for have blood pressure, 2-3 for cholesterol, 1 for uric acid, 1 for hypothyroid, 1 for heart disease, aspirin. All these are same diseases. This is syndrome X. To be very frank with you, it is insulin, okay, which is gone up in the body and is responsible for all diseases. So they are not separate diseases. Blood pressure is not separate from heart disease, is not separate from diabetes, is not separate from uric acid. They are all spectrum of disease starting from a single point. Lifestyle change, some hormonal change in your body, and this disease manifests. Only thing, some will start off with blood pressure, some will start off fatty liver, the starting point of all. Start off with blood pressure, some will start off with uric acid, some will start with thyroid, some will start with heart disease, but ultimately you will get one after the other. So treatment of diabetes won't prevent the occurrence of blood pressure unless you change your lifestyle. And it's never late. It's not that you're 10 years of diabetes and now I cannot do anything. Even arthritis patients can do upper body strength training. We have upper body strength training. It's not like only thing you should have the courage and the commitments. So, Minas, can we show some exercises to them? So, these are some exercises. She's Dr. Minas Multani. She's our physiotherapist. You can show take a chair or something. You can take this mic, and if I can show the videos, I've seen patients and she's properly trained the body pose. So these are all exercises which are doable at home. Okay.
Yeah,
We can start off with squats.
Yeah. So for squats, you have to stand with your feet like hip width apart. Then raise your hands for stability. Your core should be engaged and your back should be straight. Then you have to simply go down like this. When you go down, you have to make sure your thighs are parallel to the ground and the 90-degree angle is there. Then you have to simply stand up. When you do this squat, you have to make sure you're not doing like this. मतलब जो हमारे knees है वो 90-degree angle पे
Toes से आगे नहीं आना चाहिए. They should not go beyond the toes.
you should not go beyond the toes. And when you do these squats, you have to make sure you don't have any back pain. And if you have, avoid this exercise. You can simply use the chair sit-ups. Like chair पे बैठो, stand up. वो भी squats में तुम like
I wonder, and squats or chair squats. Just sit down on the chair and get up. Don't hold the side arms. Just get up and do this at least 30 repetitions.
Yeah, 30 repetitions. But you have to make sure 10, 10, 10. 3 sets will be there. And you have to do 10 repetitions, 3 sets. Or if you can do more, you can go for it. For lunges, you
realize what are the muscles which will be strengthening in these squats.
Yeah.
So basically, these are for muscle strengthening. Okay.
In normal squats, your thighs will be used. Like we have lot of more squats which will like वो जो proper muscle के लिए हमें अगर use करना हो that we have to do these squats for the quad muscle. तो हम वो अलग करेंगे. Then we have to like squats में usually hams हमारे quads और glutes use होंगे. और उसमें अगर हमें specifically एक मसल को target करना है तो we have different type of squats also.
For normal people, this is okay.
हाँ,
you can do this with the weights also. If you are very comfortable with squats, like you're able to do properly, you can hold 5 kilos and then do this. So this will still help. So you can have a dumbbell of 5 kilos or a kettlebell of 5 kilos and you can do the squats. So for 5-10 kilos, you're able to do, it's more than enough for any person. Okay, even normal 30 squats a day is very good.
Okay. For lunges, you have to stand with your, like you usually have to stand with your feet hip width apart. Then you have to like forward your any leg. Then just you have to go down like this. In this position, you have to make sure कि आपका जो body है वो straight ही रह रहा है और आपका जो दूसरे पैर का knee है जो हम नीचे ले रहे हैं उसे जमीन को touch नहीं करना है. That will be like good. अगर टच हो रहा है तो कोई नहीं, धीरे धीरे हम जाके कर सकते हैं कि वी हैव लाइक प्रॉपर स्टेबिलिटी. तो हम उसे टच नहीं करेंगे तो हमारा बैलेंस है वो सही से रहेगा. इसमें भी सेम योर क्वाड, हैम्स एंड ग्लूट्स विल बी टारगेटेड.
For those people who are not able to do, initially you can do with support like this.
With this
you can use this bench. Okay, you can use a table and then do it. So for those people, you can use something in front of you and just so that your balance is not shifted.
Yeah, you can. This exercise like you can do in your office also.
So these all exercises will be showing can be done in the office. So these are 30 squats, 30 lunges. We don't do 30. Important is to do at least 90 seconds. 90 seconds. Okay, if you want to develop muscles, 90 seconds. So usually one motion is around 3 to 5 seconds. Okay, so you can calculate the number of minimum 90 seconds are required to develop the muscles. It takes 3 months for the muscles to develop. Okay, so you have to do 3 months of exercise, not daily. We'll come to that.
Yeah.
We have seen lunges, we have seen squats. Okay.
Now I'll show the calf raises. Calf raises बहुत reliable और easy exercise है. Simply raise your heels and like wait for 2 to 3 seconds, then go down. ये exercise बहुत ही easy है लग रही है, लेकिन ये exercise इतनी ज़्यादा important है. It's a mixture of endurance and strength training. क्योंकि ये जो एक्सरसाइज है ये आपके ब्लड के जो सर्कुलेशन है उसको भी बढ़ाने में काफी हेल्प करती है. और ये एक्सरसाइज हमारे काफ को यूजुअली टारगेट करेगी. तो you
can do with single. If you have more strength, you can do with one leg. You can hold the chair and do one. So if you are strong, you feel that two is very easy, then try only with one leg. Okay, have a table to support you and you can do 30. 30 is good. Huh? If you're able to do 30, it's good. 30 squats, 30 lunges,
And 30 calf
and 30 calves. And upper body, you can do push-ups.
push-ups.
You can do, for those who are working in the office and you cannot want to do push-ups, you can do push-ups on this.
Yeah, we can do the incline push-ups. For that, you have to find a table. Then your body will be straight and then just simply go down like this.
So that's a very easy push-up for person who doesn't have proper upper body strength, cannot do push-ups from the ground. Just do incline. Even those who don't have strength for this also, you can do wall push-ups. Just push yourself from the wall, 30 wall push-ups. So 30 wall push-ups, 30 squats, 30 lunges, 30 calf raises, you're done.
And in push-up, you have to make sure when you're going down, your leg angle will be not like this. It will cause injury to your shoulder or anything. But you can do simply like this or like that.
And if someone are interested in, then you can see YouTube videos. Everything is there online. Planks are another important exercise, or sit-ups are another important exercise. These are for the abdominal muscles, sit-ups and planks. So these 5-6 exercises, if you're able to do twice or thrice a week, not daily, okay? 20 minutes twice or thrice a week is sufficient for strength training. So if you cannot find 20 minutes twice or thrice a week, then I will know. Hey. So 20 minutes twice or thrice is for 3 months. If I do, you have to develop your muscles. Your muscles will start growth. If you find them too easy, you can do the same exercise with weights, or you can go to the gym and do it better. Okay, you can do lunges. You can do lunges with weights. You can do calf raises with weights, single leg calf raises. All these exercises are good. Plus, these are simple exercises which can be done anywhere by anyone. Those people who cannot walk, okay, for them, upper body push-ups are reasonably good. Okay, then there's something like a soleus push-ups, where you can sit and do just calf raises. Those people who cannot walk, just sit and do calf raises. So this also is very important. If you can do half an hour of calf raises, just sitting up, placing something on your thigh, that is also good enough. Squats and 30 squats, maybe 5 kilos of dumbbells, it's more than enough for any person. It's more than enough. Then if you want to, your muscles won't wither away if you will wither away if you stop doing. Okay, if you stop doing, your muscles will wither away. They'll come back as you were before, 3 months down the line. But if you continue doing, they will remain the same. They won't wither away. But they won't grow much. So, anything on more on exercise?
So it takes 3 months for your muscle to deteriorate back.
3 months, it all depends on what is the activity. Where if somebody has got fracture, so in 3 days the muscles will atrophy. So for exercise, so that's why normally orthopedics are so important. You start exercising as soon as you start. 3 days it helps to muscle to start atrophying. So it's not like if you are physically active, then it will take a longer time. But if you are like immobile, then it takes only 3 days to muscles to start atrophy. All warm-ups should be there. There should be flexibility. Basically, we should do some flexibility before you start off the exercises. And stability also you can show. Stability, all of us should be able to stand on one leg. Okay. This is a flamingo pose. Very easy for this. Very important for stability, preventing falls as you grow older. And flexibility, you can show something. Ideally, you should have before you strength training. Some warm up is required. So either fast walking or some flexibility exercises. So that will warm up your muscles. Even before running, also you can do just jumping on your toes. That also is a good warm up exercise. I'll show you the yoga. Actually, what is there? We all know yoga. So these are the recommendations for yoga. These are Fit India recommendations. Those who are interested in yoga, can see this. These are recommendations for the people between 18 to 35 years old. This is on the Fit India website. How much amount of yoga you should be doing? 15 minutes only is required. Breathing also, Minas can show you breathing. What breathing is, people can do in yoga also. These are the yogasanas which have been recommended from 18 to 35 years. Yogasanas have been recommended from 35 to 50 years. And beyond 65 years also. And one important thing is, we have seen mortalities. People say, young, death ho gayi, aapne paper pada hua ke die, suddenly on treadmill people die. So don't overdo exercises, okay? People are doing overdo exercises, don't overdo. Ideally, more than 5 hours a week is not recommended.
5 hours a week, okay? Maximum 7 hours a week, so not more than 1 hour a day. If you take the weekly, then maybe 5 days a week, 1.5 hours. This is maximum. What are the recommendations? The recommendations are 150 to 300 minutes per week. 150 minutes per week means 30 minutes per day, 5 days a week of fast walking. This is what I tell my patients. Maximum 300 minutes, okay? So half an hour to 1 hour of fast walking, 5 days a week, or fast running, or cycling, or swimming, 30 minutes. So this is 5 days a week. These are the recommendations for all the societies all over the world for normal physical fitness, okay? Normal physical fitness. Try to follow this. And this is for all age groups. For the children, it is different. For our children, the recommendations are different. Children are at least 3 days of week. 3 days of week, they should be high intensity exercises for children. Vigorous playing, okay, 3 days a week. And 60 minutes per day. So these are the recommendations for children. Okay, the children's, I advise my children, stop sending them to tuitions. Okay, if you don't have time, do not send them to tuitions, send for exercise. Because I get children with fatty liver. I get children with obesity. What are the strength training protocols? At least 2 days a week, which I mentioned, 2 or 3 days a week, 20 to 30 minutes. More than enough. More than enough. So what are the recommendations? You should do at least 3 to 4 days a week of running, cycling, walking, 2 days a week of strength training, 1 day you can take off. Okay, so that is the easiest. 6 days a week you can do. This is for normal fitness. I'm not talking about losing weight. Okay, losing weight is a different issue. It requires a different level of exercise. But if you want to maintain your weight, remain physically fit, 30 minutes to 60 minutes of walking per day, at least 5 days a week or 4 days a week, and 2 days of strength training a week. If you want, you can do each, and flexibility should be done daily. Ideally, flexibility should be done daily. All of us should have some stretchings and flexibility daily, some stability daily. Okay, able to stand on one leg, Vrikshasana, or able to stand on a tree pose. So we should be able to do all these things daily. For running, cycling, walking, whatever is 60 to 30 minutes, and strength training 2 to 3 days a week. But then this can change, because depending on the disease, a person who is thin, I don't ask him to walk too much. I ask him to concentrate on strength training. If you want something, we can talk on diet. If you want to talk on diet. So I think only 4 things I'll talk. Stop the sugar. Okay. The sugar is as bad as cocaine or smoking. Okay, sugar is as bad as cocaine and smoking. To stop the sugar. Okay, sugar is the worst thing that has been discovered in food. Okay, it contains a combination of glucose and fructose. Fructose is the most harmful substance in the world. Fructose is not metabolized by any organ of the body except the liver. So it is the cause of diabetes. What has happened is we have been switched to so much of modern processed food. All this processed food contains white flour, that is, and sugar. What has happened? White flour is glucose, sugar is fructose. Fructose directly goes and deposits itself in the liver. It's converted to fat. Okay, when the liver is full of fat and the liver cannot suck out glucose, the person develops diabetes. So it's the commonest cause of lifestyle diseases in diet is white flour, wheat flour, and sugar. So if you can eliminate 2 things, wheat and sugar, you will be practically cured of all the lifestyle diseases. So whatever the government is doing is not a fad. It's not like you eat jawar and bajri and ragi and kodri, and it's not a fad. It's a real thing. It's a real thing. Wheat and rice are not good for the body. Yeah, it's not for everyone. Look, I am doing exercise. I do 2 hours a day. I can suck out all the glucose, I can suck out all the fructose, I can use each. But those who are not doing exercises, okay, if you are not doing exercises, you are having a sedentary lifestyle, then that fructose and glucose are going to settle down in your liver, cause fatty liver, and when the liver is full of fat, then where does that fat go? It has go to heart, it will cause atherosclerosis, it will cause heart attacks, go to the brain, cause strokes, okay. Ultimately the fat, when the glucose is not able to be converted to fat, the glucose will remain in the blood and you will have diabetes. Okay. So actually, To be very frank, those who are obese, they have an advantage. Okay, those who are obese have an advantage. It's not like obese people they have an advantage. They have other storage houses of fat. Okay, they have fat they can store inside their skin. But those who are thin and have diabetes are the worst people, because they do not have skin to store the fat. Their only storage of fat is inside their liver, and those people will be worst off. So your obesity sometimes is a boon. But you should know which type of obesity. I won't go into so much details of those things. But my main, if you want to take only two, three things, is stop sugar, try to switch to millets. Ghee is better than oil. Any day ghee is better than oil. And try to increase your protein intake. We have, as vegetarians and Indians, have very less protein intake. Try to increase your protein intake. Try to switch to millets. Stop the sugar and processed food. These are general guidelines, not and use ghee instead of oil. Stevia is a reasonably good alternative. Okay, stevia. But basically, to be very frank with you, if you can avoid, then it's better. Because what has happened is you have a brain center. Okay, you like why a person continues to drink alcohol. Someone becomes alcoholic because his brain gets stimulated by alcohol. Okay, or smoker. His brain gets stimulated by smoking. So he has to smoking. It's a sort of reflex. Now it has become a reflex. So sugar is like that. Once you start having sugar, then you become reflexively addicted. It becomes an addiction. Now stevia keeps that addiction on. Addiction remains. Okay, so whenever you see sugar, you are tempted to eat it. So if you can even stop that addiction of sweets, then that will help you a lot. So I do eat sweets, not like, but I don't eat sweets regularly. I do it once in 15 days. Okay, and suppose I eat, then I do exercise a lot, because then I have to use that sugar. But fructose is useless. Fructose is very bad. So glucose is still better. Fructose is very bad. But you say fruits have fructose. Okay, when fruits have fructose, so don't eat too much fruits. Those who are obese, actually, those who have fat, fruits will, you eat mangoes and see how much obese you become. You eat 5-6 mangoes a day, at the end of the season, you will see how much weight you gain. The commonest example is of beer, bhalu. How does bhalu become? Honey. Honey is sugar. So actually, to gain weight, sugar is required. Fat, you cannot eat. You cannot eat beyond 3 spoons of ghee. You can see, because ghee causes so much of heaviness, satiety. So proteins and ghee cause satiety. You cannot eat too much of proteins. You cannot eat too much of ghee, but you can eat too much of sugar. Sugar cannot cause. You can gulp down a whole liter of ice cream. Okay, and that ice cream will contain so many calories. So carbohydrates do not cause satiety. The problem with carbs is, and sugar, they don't cause satiety. While ghee, proteins, they cause satiety. So you become full after eating something. There are guidelines. I have these guidelines with me. So there are Government of India guidelines are there. If you are able to walk or run 2 kilometers in 12 to 13 minutes, you are fit. But Nokasana is 30 seconds. You are able to hold and book. Nokasana asana is, I think, I bet awesome. I have a picture of that. This is the exact ditto taken from the Fit India website. 10 to 30. If you are holding for 10 seconds or minimum of 3 breathing. This is the recommendations for the. This is the Noka. You have to. It's a boat post. And you can agree. When I was 5 years back, I was not able to do a single push-up. Okay, I was not able to do 30 push-ups. But from 0 push-ups, I have reached 30 push-ups over 5 years. So it's okay. All of you can do it. You can see. You have seen my photograph. No, when I started off. And Mahesh will be knowing I was very obese. I never run in my school days. I have never had any. Only playing cricket was the only thing we used to do. Never running. Nothing except cycling, to going to school. No running. No. Only I used to be a good swimmer because GSFC had a good swimming pool. So, strength training is, you are obese in the sense your waist circumference will be more than your height. You have visceral fat, as we call them. Fatty liver is the starting point. At the age of 20-25, you have fatty liver. 10 years down the line, you have diabetes. It's not reverse. Diabetes and then fatty, it's not never like that. It's always fatty liver, then diabetes. You stop the sugar and stop the wheat flour. That is the first thing you should do. Wheat means in the sense that the wheat contains is genetically modified. If you go into details, it's mini dark wheat or dark wheat which you are using now. Very easily digestible. The glycemic index of wheat is 71. I know what is glycemic index is the ability of a food to cause the rise in blood sugar. The glycemic index of millets is 56, 30% less. to see the difference. Then you don't eat roti. Don't eat roti. Don't eat roti. Eat on vegetables and paneer. Don't eat roti. That's what I do. When I travel, I don't eat roti. I don't eat flour. Exercise is must. But you don't eat roti. I have a problem. There's no harm in eating any of the dals. Okay, no harm in eating any of the vegetables except potatoes. No harm in eating any of the dry fruits. No harm in eating any milk products. If you are not able to avoid roti, cut down it to minimum. Make a half a roti or maybe one roti, but eat lot of dal, lot of sabji.
But can eat rice?
Rice also has glucose. Again, these two products, wheat and rice, because of mass production, government had to make them easier to grow. Okay, so we had to, because otherwise you are going to have an epidemic deficiency of food. So we have two options: either a deficiency of food. What government, there was a modification. We had agricultural scientists. The wheat was genetically modified to make it grow faster, more, less water. Rice also is getting so much and so polished. So these two products are not so good for a person at least who already has his liver full. Okay, it's very important. Those who has his liver empty, those who has his liver no fat, healthy, he can enjoy. Okay, there is no harm. He can enjoy. It's not for everyone. But overall, for those one person who already in childhood, there are so many factors. Maybe he's genetically predisposed to fatty liver, and whatever it is, he has become fatty liver. When the liver fills up with fat, ultimately diabetes will appear. So he has to exercise and he has to stop the white flour and stop the sugar. Sugar is a big no. Big no. And fasting. If you want to talk about fasting, that's a different story. Try to fast for 16 hours a day. If you tell me, alcohol is better than juices. Okay. If a person who drinks juice and who drinks alcohol, the juices are worst. Because at least he knows that he's drinking a worst thing. Okay, he knows he's drinking 60 ml and a juice person will do 3 glasses of juices full of fructose. So what is fructose? Alcohol and fructose are the same things. At least you know you're drinking alcohol. You know you're drinking. So if you drink juice and drink alcohol, I think juice is worst. I don't drink alcohol. Juice is worst. Just the juice is pure fructose. Pure fructose. You are drinking that fructose. 90 glycemic. In fact, fructose doesn't have any glycemic index. It directly goes to the liver, deposits itself in fat, makes body insulin resistant. I won't go into details. So juices are worse than alcohol. Why take the fruits? You have fiber. You reduce the glycemic index. So juices, for a person who is sick, okay, he cannot digest, that's a different story. For a normal person, I always ask them to stop the juices. Juices are worse than alcohol. Because you know alcohol is bad, but you don't know juices are bad. Okay, you can take 2 glasses or 3 glasses of juices and everything is going to go into the liver. Cold drinks, they are also worst. They are for pure glucose. 12 grams of sugar in one cold drink. What? They are not fructose. It's okay. It's soups we will call them. Vegetable juices or soup. We call them juice soups. Okay, vegetable is okay. But should have the fiber. Fiber is so good for the body. So we should always try to keep as much as possible the unprocessed form. Why? If someone is possible to be taken, but there is no harm in vegetable juices. There is no harm. For those who have frequent problems while traveling, we can have probiotics. Okay, probiotics are, we have a medicine also, but probiotics are reasonably good while traveling. We can start off before you travel. I to start off. I have what we call as traveler's diarrhea. Okay, so we can have start off probiotics before you travel. There is no harm in that. But that's a probiotic. It's a probiotic drink. How we can have. So dye is one of the best. Curd is one of the. Sugar is so ubiquitous. Each and everything sells. Sugar is cheap. Actually, carbs are cheap. Proteins are costly. Fat is costly. So you want to have basically addiction. Addiction is to be created to something. So if the food industry, the Kurkure wants to produce an addiction of children so they will put some sugar in it. Okay, they will put trans fats in it, which are bad. Okay, so that way that's an addiction. So that the person wants to eat Kurkure again, or cold drink again, or drink lassi, meethi lassi, chini wale again and again. That's the addiction which you have. It's an addiction. It is 8 times more addictive than cocaine, sugar. But that's the Ayurvedic. It's the Ayurvedic. I don't have knowledge on the same, but this is an Ayurvedic protocol. that in the evening you drink milk rather than curd. Okay, I have no knowledge to explain that, but we have people telling us, we have heard from Ayurvedic, they may be something scientific. There are some things in our Indian culture are scientific, but we don't know the science. Okay, so we cannot say that it's wrong. There are scientific things which we don't know. So maybe it's right, maybe it's wrong, we don't know. They were wrong things, but there are many right things also. We just said they are because we didn't know the science. We know fasting has come up in such a big way. So when asked, the first thing to diabetics is to fast. If you really want to lose your diabetes, the first thing you should do is fasting. People say it's an odd thing, but it's the best thing for a diabetic to do, fast. The ideal should be at least twice a week and at least 24 hours of fasting. 24 hours of fasting is the best way of losing diabetes, removing the fatty liver. All of us should fast. All of us. What happens in fasting is you use up the things which are there in the body which are not getting utilized. So it's known as autophagy. There's a Nobel Prize for there. In 2015, the person got the Nobel Prize for this, autophagy, a Japanese scientist. The proteins in our body which are broken down cells and they are not getting used, just lying down. What happens when you start fasting? The person uses those proteins to build as a building blocks. So fasting sort of recycling of the whole body. So all of us do at least 24 hours of fast at weeks. It should be very good. That is what our Indian culture used to say. Yeah. But now we have got Ferrari fasting. We don't have good fasting. Fasting means no only water and nothing else for the 24 hours. But some people cannot fast. They are not fit enough. It's not like for all of us. But most of the people sitting here can fast. We have reserves for 90 days in our body. 90 days of fat storage. 90,000 calories are stored as fat in our body. We have so much of storage house in our body. Only thing happens at the end of 12 hours and 14 hours, you have some problems because and it is the time when you switch from using glucose to fat. Ultimately, your brain has to use fat. Okay, this is physiology I want to go. At the end of 14 hours or so, you will have some problem. You can drink coffee or tea without, or even small amount of milk. Doesn't mean fasting. You cannot take tea or coffee. Fasting means at least less than 500 calories. If possible, less than 500 calories. You can take vegetable soups. Okay, you can take vegetable soups also in fasting. You can take soup. So that means that, but try to fast as much as possible. It's the best way of avoiding diabetes. In the sense that paneer is pure proteins. Okay, so it won't cause weight gain. In the sense, if you are able to eat paneer, it's okay. You can avoid carbohydrates. The thing to do in weight loss is to avoid carbs. No. And paneer doesn't contain carbs. No, paneer will not cause weight gain if taken without the carbs. So we have a lot of false belief that ghee causes weight gain. Ghee will not cause weight gain. Okay, if you take ghee, oil will cause weight gain because the oil is a different issue. You have a lot of refined. The problem with the oil is not the oil; it's the refined oil which you are using. The omega-6, a lot of refined oil we are using. It's not the problem. I won't cover that topic. That's a big topic. But ghee is better. And paneer, milk products are better. Vegan people won't agree to that, but that's again different discussion altogether. Vegan diet versus vegetarian diet versus non-vegetarian diet.
Okay, I think we are done. Absolutely amazing.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
You should all. It's basically for exercise, and it's basically designed by all the medical teachers only from AIMS and other places. So they are given guidelines on how much exercise to be done. 60 pages of that, 60 to 70 pages are there. But you can just scroll down to see the asanas which have been recommended. All these photographs are there on that. Or YouTube is there available nowadays.
Yeah.
And I'll also be posting. Minaz has already prepared around 30-35 videos. We have an Instagram page of Rokthan. So you can see it because all this which I'm telling you, I've put reels on that.
Yes.
And we'll be posting diet exercise videos also. Around 30 videos we have prepared. All strength training, on flexibility training. All videos are there. We should be posting by next week.